Welcome back to Pop-Up Tech Talks. I'm your host, Mike Turner, here with Jeff Baxter here at NetApp Insight Berlin 2016. Jeff, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Jeff Baxter. I'm Chief Evangelist for ONTAP here at NetApp. I've been here about 10 years, and thanks for having me on.
Awesome. Thanks for being here. So this morning's general session was awesome. We were talking to a ton of us about NVMe. Where are we at? Where are we going? Tell everybody what they need to know.
Yeah, so there's been just a tremendous amount of interest. It's kind of a like buzzword phase, basically, right? NVMe, storage class memory, persistent memory, all these new things coming on. What's really happening is it feels kind of like 7 years ago when we had disruptive technologies like flash coming, and everyone knew it was going to transform the industry. We just weren't quite sure how. So that's what we're really trying to do here at Insight, is help educate our customers, our partners in the industry as a whole on where we see things going with NVMe, NVMe over fabrics, and storage class memory.
Gotcha. So is this, what are you seeing really like people doing today in the market? Is it more rip and replace? Are people slowly easing it in? What are you seeing?
You know, obviously people have different opinions on things, and there's a wide ecosystem, but our general opinion is this is not the sort of thing that requires you to do a forklift, right, and just throw out everything you've got, right? People who have just spent hundreds of thousands of dollars or millions of dollars on all flash. It's not like NVMe and storage class memory are going to come along and say, oh my God, everything I did was wrong, right? Like, no, it's useless. Rip that. I mean, honestly, the people saying that are the people who are trying to exploit that to say, you know, let's go in, do a forklift, do something different, right? Our opinion is that things like NVMe, right, and things like NVMe over Fabric, they're the next evolutionary step. They're automatically better, right? It's like going Laserdisc, DVD, Blu-ray, right? It doesn't mean I've thrown away all the DVDs I bought, right? You know, but going forward, right, people will be using NVMe drives, right? People going forward will be using NVMe over Fabric, and they'll be using storage class memory, first sort of hybrid, and then later on maybe even all storage class memory systems.
Fair enough. So I'm going to ask you to break out the crystal ball here for a second. Okay. How long until, like we saw flash pretty much taken over, how long until NVMe is completely overrun by the data center? So, you know, it's probably more like the 5 to 10 year time frame, right? So we'll start to see NVMe SSD drives in the industry, right? And they'll trickle in over the next couple of years. NVMe over Fabric, you know, people don't just rip and replace the entire fabric of their data centers, right? That's not realistic. So as they add in new devices, as they add in new switches, what we're hoping to do here is, you know, allow them to non-disruptively move to NVMe over Fabric, even just software upgrades on their gear, right? So if they're able to do that, maybe it accelerates and happens in the next couple of years. But you know, you go out there, there's still SAS drives, there's still SATA drives, there's still older networks there, and we want to have those all work together, basically. So, you know, 5 to 10 years, I think, is a general good time frame there. NetApp Insight 2027, we'll quote you and we'll hold you to that predicament.
I hope to still be here so you can tell me how horribly wrong I was. That's, you know, might as well. My wife does it to me on a regular basis. So,
wives are good at that.
Yeah, exactly, right. So.
All right, thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. Thanks
for watching. We'll see you next time on Pop-Up Tech Talks.